Hi, it's David Trudeau Must Go Krayden back at you with another Take 5. This is a shorter version of our show when we're standing on guard, but today I want to show you some really good clips of your Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister, Chrystia Freeland. You know, she just is incapable of answering a question. You just gotta watch these clips to find out how bad it is. But she is just incredible. So let's watch this, and you'll see how she just doesn't like to answer the question. She likes to talk about anything else.
Information is going to be when the Conservatives replace this incompetent government. And my question is for the Finance Minister, who refuses to show up to the Finance Committee for 2 hours to answer basic questions about her failed budget. She misled Canadians, blowing through all fiscal restraint that she promised by driving struggling households $4,200 further into debt because she threw $60 billion of inflationary fuel on the fire that she started. She spent more airtime bragging about her budget at Fenway Park than she has at the Finance Committee. Will she end her inflationary spending, show up to work, or does she think that budgets balance themselves?
All right, here's the comes. Here she comes. He's trying.
Mr. Speaker, I am really looking forward to appearing before the Finance Committee as scheduled tomorrow. Of course, it will require the Conservatives to end their frankly childish temper tantrum to give me the chance to appear. But I do really look forward to it, Mr. Speaker. And the reason I look...
Going to wait for silence on all sides. The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister has 10 seconds left.
You might say, Mr. Speaker, you might even say that shouting down a woman speaking in the House is a childish temper tantrum. You might say that, but I do look forward to appearing before the committee tomorrow, as I've always been scheduled to do.
The Honourable...
Yeah, well, she did appear before the committee the following day, but they got more of the same. It was no better. Isn't she the most annoying finance minister, maybe cabinet minister, you have ever encountered? I mean, she is nothing short of just incredibly annoying. She's a political equivalent of running your nails on a chalkboard. That's exactly what Chrystia Freeland is like to listen to. But here, we got some more for you here. And this is even worse.
And Canadians, how much we're spending or projected to spend on interest on the debt this upcoming fiscal year?
Sounds like a simple question to me.
Just looking for the number.
Let me just say, because I think it's important to put things in context, that in both...
Minister, my time is very limited. I'm asking if you know the number. You have a lot of officials beside you. Will you tell Canadians how much we're going to spend on servicing the debt next year?
Here's what I think, that it's really important to put numbers in context. Without context, numbers are meaningless. Our debt service charges are low in Canada's historical context, and they are low compared to what our peers in the G7
Thank you for the context. What's the gross dollar value we're going to spend on interest on the debt next year?
Tries once more.
And let me again, I really am opposed to fiscal fear-mongering by the Conservatives. And so the important point to make for Canadians is that in historic context, our debt service charges are reasonable and sustainable
respectfully,
and
Minister,
lower than they have been in many previous years. That's why S&P reaffirmed our AAA rating.
I'm asking, will you tell Canadians how much we're spending on the debt? It's in black and white in your book. Do you just not want to say?
I think that it's important to put all numbers in context.
Thank you, Minister. I'll move to the next question.
And do you not agree that in historic context, our debt service charges are absolutely handleable?
Absolutely handleable, whatever that is. That's not even a word. But of course, she makes it up as she goes along every time. Annoying. She couldn't answer a simple question about how much we're paying on the debt and interest charges. And she knows she has that number readily available. And of course, she wants to talk about context and something called fiscal fear mongering. Now, does that mean you're fear mongering when you ask a question about the finance department? Obviously, anything that she doesn't want to answer is fear mongering. But this is Chrystia Freeland, and it's just, it's grating to watch her. But in her own way, she's so unaware of how annoying she is, so unaware that she's turning people off, that there's something comical about the whole thing. We'll watch how she also puts herself on display here over Hillary Clinton's visit to Canada, where she addressed the Liberal Party convention.
Was about carbon tax 2. We already know about carbon tax 1. The Prime Minister has put in place a 14-cent a litre tax that will rise to 41 cents a litre. This raises gas, heat, and grocery bills. But now they're sneaking in a second carbon tax called the fuel standard. Has no rebate whatsoever, but will apply in every province and territory across the country. So if she's so proud of her second tax, why won't you tell us exactly how much it will cost in higher diesel, gas, and household costs per family?
The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Conservative leader obviously doesn't understand that what every industrial economy needs is a plan to build the clean economy of the future. But I'll tell you who does understand that. An electrician called Jeff, who I met in Mississauga in March. And I was there to talk with him about the investments we were going to make in electrifying the Canadian economy. He knows that that means for him jobs. He told me I have the skills to pay the bills. And thanks to our plan, those skills will be put to work and Jeffs across the country will pay their bills.
Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
What she wants is for Jeff to pay her bills with a higher carbon tax. Jeff will have to pay more tax on his vehicle, more tax on his home heating, more tax on the food that the farmers and truckers bring to him, who are taxed by this scheme the Liberals are putting forward. So I've already said the first carbon tax is 41 cents a litre and $1,500 net per family. Now the Liberals promise a second tax. So I'll ask again, how much will carbon tax 2 add in extra diesel, gas, and household costs per family?
Can't she answer that? No, she did not answer that. And I must admit, that was a surprise for you. That was not Chrystia Freeland breaking down almost to tears with Hillary Clinton. That was Chrystia Freeland describing carbon tax 2, which is another scam to fill the Liberal coffers and to make us all poor. But of course, Pierre Poilievre, leader of the Conservative Party of Canada, couldn't get an answer out of Chrystia Freeland, and very few people ever have. And it's very difficult to get an answer from somebody who quite obviously doesn't take anybody seriously except herself. She takes herself tremendously seriously. And that's indicative of the narcissistic people who dominate this Liberal government, especially in the cabinet. And no one more narcissistic than her boss, the Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. So I hope you enjoyed those today. This was Take 5, one of the segments we run on Stand on Guard with David Krayden. I enjoy doing this stuff for you. I hope you enjoy these clips as much as I enjoy showing them to you. Because believe me, the funniest material happens at the House of Commons, and it is quite something. So, for Stand on Guard, I want to say goodbye for now, but we'll be back soon with more, and I hope you're there. But please support this station, ring the bell, subscribe, monetize this station, because we've got to move forward, because Justin Trudeau is censoring internet media, and he wants all criticism, all opposition to cease and desist. And that's what he's about. So goodbye for now.